Ladies and gentlemen, dreamers and doers, entrepreneurs of all ages, welcome back to Kinetic Customs. And if you know this logo, pats on the back to you. But if you don't know this logo, this is the logo for 100 Thieves. And 100 Thieves is an eSports club that just got started maybe a year or so ago now by Matt Nadeshot Haig, who was a professional Call of Duty player. He played for Optic, which was one of the biggest teams back in the day. And I don't know where I really got started with 100 Thieves, but I'd have to say it was probably my friend, one of my friends who plays a lot of League. He was showing me some clips and everything like that, and I was watching these clips and I was like, hey, who's this team that's playing? It's like, oh, it's 100 Thieves. Do you know 100 Thieves? And I'm like, no. It's like, oh, it's this really cool team that got started by Nadeshot. And I kind of knew who Nadeshot was before I heard of 100 Thieves, but then I really started watching, and they had this series on their channel called The Heist, and it talks about kind of the grassroots of the organization building up into a team that is now vying for the 2018 World Championship, League of Legends World Championships, I should say. And it's just been an incredible story, an incredible story of growth. Matt has done an amazing job raising up the team. When you watch episode 1 of The Heist, he talks about just sitting on the couch being bored out of his mind, that he has that aha moment. And that really echoed with me, because not too long ago I was sitting on the couch full of anxiety, and if you don't watch my vlog channel, you definitely should, because I talk all about mental health and anxiety in there. But it was very interesting to see kind of the parallels, because he was sitting on his couch kind of bored out of his mind, and I was sitting on my couch anxious out of my mind, and that's where he got the idea for 100 Thieves. And out of my sort of sitting on the couch and being anxious, I got an idea for another app. And if you guys don't know, I also own a software startup, so I've been working on another app that came out of that sort of dark place in my life. So Matt's story is very similar to mine. I really enjoy the dude and what he's doing, and the story behind 100 Thieves and what he's trying to do. Hence why I wear the merch and I buy the merch and I follow the team, because it's more to me than just an esports team. It is a story of growth and a story of entrepreneurship, and a story that is not unlike my own, so I feel a definite connection to it. So, in honor of 100 Thieves making it to the World Championships, I have designed a special edition NMD R1 that is 100 Thieves themed. And as a special caveat, Matt Nadeshot, if you're watching, or if somebody knows Nadeshot, send him this video, because I'm stating right here, right now, Nadeshot, if you DM me your shoe size, I will make these shoes for you free of charge. I know you're a big sneakerhead, and it's just sort of a thank you for making an amazing esports team and getting me into League of Legends and just being an awesome dude. I think you're a great guy, and from what I can tell, you're a great guy, and major props to you for starting the team. So this pair's on me. Just shoot me a DM with your shoe size and your address, and we'll talk. We'll make it happen. So without further ado, guys, let's cut into the time lapse.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the time lapse on the 100 Thieves NMD R1. To kick things off, I just took the 100 Thieves logo as kind of a reference image, stuck it in the upper left corner there, and let it be a source of my inspiration. And we start off with a base coat of gray, but that changes actually later in the shoe to something pretty awesome. So don't get married or too comfy with this color, because it's going to change in just a second. And in the traditional way, or the normal way that I do digital customizations or concepts, I lay down the base color, and then I start cutting out the edges to get everything all clean and tidy. And then I use the smudge tool here to just clean up the lines a little bit. I noticed a couple splotches of white, and I wanted to get those cleaned up, so I just smudged them downwards and then erased across the fine line, or the solid line that separates the upper from the lower. Here you can see me cutting out those iconic 3 stripes that Adidas is known for. We're keeping those white, since one of the motifs in the 100 Thieves logo is white, or one of the colors rather. And you'll notice that when we do the middle section, it's actually white, and on the outside lines, you'll see here in a second, we actually do them in red. So it actually lines up with the logo perfectly, because you have a red ring, and then inside the ring there's the white text, and it just looks very consistent, or very similar to the actual logo. So here I am cleaning up the lace locks and the laces themselves, getting those nice and pearly white. And then I go in and hit the extra lines, or the other lines around the shoe, with a solid red. And like I mentioned before, the red goes really well with the white here, and it matches the logo pretty seamlessly, so I was really happy with how this came out. Cleaning up the line work here, getting the edges done, I went ahead and turned off the gray layer just so I could see the actual shoe beneath and get the lines as clean as I possibly could. And then just a little bit more cleanup here. Then I turned the layer back on, obviously, and I kind of mess with the opacity a little bit. Then I cut the layer underneath so that the red shines through just a little bit. That's the big thing with Photoshop. When you're layering on top of each other, you want to make sure that you do the layer underneath as well so you get the truest color you possibly can. Here I'm using the smudge tool just to even out the lines a little bit and get them a little bit more tidy, messing with the opacity, and that's the big surprise I was talking about. So instead of gray, we did black, and once I put this color down, I was blown away. This shoe feels so much more 100 Thieves like. It matches the logo pretty much perfectly in motif and design, I would say, and color choice. And here I am putting down the 100 Thieves text. I'm going to put that on the front little accent piece here. And then last but not least, I grabbed the actual logo, I cut out the black, and I put that on the toe box of the shoe, or the front of the shoe, and do that. And then I add the Kinetic logo and the flavor text, and before you know it, guys, we have a 100 Thieves themed shoe.